The first step in making these blocks is you have your foundation piece. This one's fabric, this one is paper. You can use either one. If you use paper, then at the end you'll rip the paper off the back. You're going to choose a fabric to go down the center of your block. And you just lay it down face up, right side up. And then you're going to choose a second color to go, and you're going to put right sides together. And you're going to match it so that when it's facing you, the right sides of it are matching up. And when you do this, you want the bottom fabric to just barely be peeking out from underneath. That's going to make sure that you have enough seam allowance on your bottom fabric. You're going to put your pins in going this way. So it will look like this as you pin it. You're going to be perpendicular to where you're sewing. You can just barely see my brown fabric there. And then you're going to put this in your sewing machine so that this edge lines up with the edge of your presser foot. You're going to start up here and you sew all the way down. You want about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And once you have it all stitched, you're going to take it, I'll show you on this one. So this one's all stitched. You're going to press it open, iron it flat. It'll now look like this. You're then going to take a 3rd strip, can be any color you want, any width you want, sew it on and using the same method. I can just barely see my yellow underneath here. And then I pinned it and then I stitched it. If you have it, it's kind of wonky, this one's not straight, I can fold my paper underneath and put it like this. Take my ruler and I can make it a nice straight line. And then I would just use my rotary cutter and cut that off, okay? You're gonna keep going until all your block is full. So this one has another strip on there. I'm gonna keep going until my whole block is full. I'm just gonna flip this one a little bit so you can see. There's all my pieces sewn on there. And then you're gonna stack it together. I have my completed piece, I have my backing, I have the insole bright, and I have a layer of regular batting. And we're just gonna pin those all together. And we're gonna stitch them. This is a miniature. We're gonna stitch them around, so you're gonna leave an opening on your big block. If you do a one this size, this is a 10.5 by 10.5, you want about like a 5 to 6 inch hole. And you're gonna back stitch at the beginning, come to the corner, pivot, 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 come here, back stitch. And then you're gonna clip your corners. You wanna clip across the corner, make sure you don't go through your threads, but you wanna be close to them. This is gonna give you a nice crisp corner when you flip it. It allows your fabric inside to miter like this. You also wanna take and you wanna cut off the extra batting. So if you use your left hand and you pull down your fabric and put your scissors almost flat against the batting, you can cut it like this. And it'll pull the batting up and away and allow you to cut it close without cutting your stitches and without cutting your main fabrics. Then you're gonna flip it and you're going to stitch really close to the edge. This is called top stitching. You're gonna stitch all the way around the edge. You're gonna pivot at your corners. I would start at your opening and sew down around, come back, and then when you're done with that, you're just gonna quilt it. I did this in nice straight lines because it's easy, but you can quilt it in any way you want. You can do circles, you can do zigzags, you can do whatever you want with it. I wanna show you a close-up of a couple of these. Here's our close-up of the finished. You can see the edging all the way around. And then I also wanted to show you, this is what it looks like when you trim it down on this side. You can see the corners real well. You can see where the stitching is, starting and stopping. And then I wanted to show you this side with the batting trim down. And then I also wanted to show you just a couple things for inspiration. So here I have 4 blocks that are complete, and these all have the same center stripe on them. And you can see that I can put them like this. I'm gonna put them so that my 2 blues are both in the center. And so then you get that look. Or I can change them so that they're making more of an X pattern. I'm gonna make it so that my 2 wide red stripes are opposite each other. And I want my 2 narrow stripes opposite each other. So you can play around with it and just get kind of different configurations. You can also turn them so that they go more like this and you just have stripes going on. So you can play around with it and do different things. And then I also wanted to show you a table runner that my son did. So this is a table runner my son made. He was probably about 8 or 9. It uses the exact same technique that we just talked about. He used the same fabric to go down the center of all of his big blocks. And then on his little ones, instead of going corner to corner, he went the same direction as the fabric. He just did it square, parallel to the fabric. But you can see he used all different fabrics, all different widths. Some of them are wide, some are narrow, lights, darks. His only rule that he gave himself was they all had to be blue and green. And then he sewed them together. He quilted all over the back. That's called free motion quilting, where the lines go kind of all over the place. And I showed him how to do that. I did do the binding for him because he was only 8 and he hadn't bound anything before. So there's his table runner. That's some inspiration for you too, just to give you an idea of what you can do with this technique.